Welcome to Murray Mysteries. Zdravite, listeners, and welcome to Bulgaria. We landed in Varna yesterday and have settled at a lovely little hotel whilst we wait. You know, for the murderous vampire to arrive so we can stick a stake in him.
That's one way to put it.
Van Helsing has been hypnotising Jonathan every morning so he can tell us where Dracula is, which is still in a box on a boat.
I wouldn't call it hypnotizing. It's more like a guided meditation.
Ah, yes, but consider this, right? It doesn't sound as cool.
Point taken. Have you heard anything from our listeners?
I have, actually. No sightings, but some suggestions from one very creative listener on how to trap and handle him.
Well, let's hear it.
You sure? I'm not sure it's totally applicable.
Never dismiss anything offhand. You never know what might end up being useful.
All right, if you say so. Here is advice number 1. If he doesn't understand the internet, you could probably trick him into going onto a site of your own creation and simply track his internet traffic. You don't need much to make your own website, and you can make one tailored to his needs, such as travel sites. You might be able to collect cookies, or even get him to solicit your services in order to set a trap. Yeah, that wouldn't work, I'm afraid. He's surprisingly good at technology.
Yes, but the idea of setting up a travel site to collect location data is an interesting one.
Professor?
Yes?
We're not good enough at technology to do that.
Ah. Yes, that might be a problem.
The second suggestion is that we use blood from surviving victims to study vampiric infections and work on a cure.
We did try that. I've been getting a few trusted friends to look into it, but they've had no luck so far.
By trusted friends, you mean the doctor you were flirting with?
Among others, yes. Dr. Vincent is a diligent professional, no matter what goes on between us behind closed doors. Well, sometimes closed doors.
Wait, what?
Next suggestion, please.
Fine, but we'll get back to that. Our tipster's next point. If vampires can see in the dark, then their eyes may be changed in order to do so. You may even be able to blind a vampire using a light source that won't blind you. It would also be valuable to know what it is about sunlight that hurts vamps. If it's the frequency of light, then you could weaponize sun lamps that people use to get vitamin D and stave off seasonal affective disorder. If it's the concept of the sun, then maybe a symbol of faith associated with the sun would be extra effective.
Fascinating. We should try that.
Seriously? What are we gonna do? Trap him in a tanning pod?
I don't see why not, if one's available.
Moving on. If artificial symbols of faith have an effect on vampires, they would be incredible for setting traps. As soon as they walk through a room, you could start blasting nightcore remixes of hymns and flashing the decals of religious denominations with monitors. You could even make safe zones with a maxed out speaker and said music/words playing on repeat. Oh, come on. They want us to have a vampire-repelling rave. You can't be taking this seriously.
Why not? It's a sound idea. And I dare say we could use a bit of fun. Unfortunately, the holder of a sacred symbol must believe in its holiness for it to be effective. And as you see with Miss Murray here, dear listeners, that might be something of a problem.
I'm not even religious.
Any more advice from our wise listener?
Too many. They also suggested dousing the vampire in fluorescent dye to track their footprints with a black light, attacking them with a super soaker full of garlic-infused or holy water, using facial recognition software, or planting a GPS tracker on him.
Well...
What?
Technically, we have done the latter.
Oh my goodness, for the last time, it doesn't matter what Jonathan says. He is not a GPS.
You have to admit, he does serve a similar function.
Ugh, that's it. I'm done. You finish this update. I need to preserve what's left of my sanity.
All right then. Thank you to Ryan for these fascinating suggestions. We'll be sure to keep them in mind. Fortunately, we already have a plan. We've been taking turns watching the harbor for the boat the Count is currently on. When it arrives, the person on watch will message the others, and we'll all join them as soon as possible. Quincy, Miss Murray, and I will board the boat, drive a stake through the Count's heart, and cut off his head, while Art and Jane stand guard to make sure he doesn't escape again. We've already obtained permission to board the boat when it gets here. Foolproof plan, really. All we have to do now is wait.
The boat! It's changed its course. It's heading straight for Romania.
Kujising!
Murray Mysteries is a Nove storytelling production. This episode was written and produced by May Tudyk and featured Drew Victory as Mina Murray, Rebecca Krause as Professor Van Helsing, original music by Sophie Kay. Thanks to Ryan for his email submission. If you like our work and would like to support us, you can sign up for our Patreon at patreon.com/Nove storytelling, or follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. Thank you for listening.